This video is to show you some of the new features in Google Classroom that are ready for back to school. So at first glance, when you get into Classroom, it all looks the same. Now, if I open up a class that I have previously created, and if I just do that right over here, you'll notice here that I have the stream and I have people. But I want to show you what happens when I create a brand new class. So when I create a brand new class, so same way as before, you'll notice that I have now 3 tabs across the top, and they're different ones than we had before. We still have the stream, we have this new tab called classwork, and then we also have this one called people. So I'm just going to go into an existing new classroom that I created and give you a little tour. So the stream has stayed essentially the same. It shows the most recent posts that are in any class. You'll still notice down here we have the plus sign, but on here I have create announcement and reuse post. So just those 2 things. The tab that you're going to be using a whole lot this year is going to be the classwork tab. So I'm just going to open it up. The biggest improvements here, which everyone's been asking for, is the ability to create units or topics and have things stacked below the topics. So you can see here, I've just have a few that I created, Module 1, Module 2, and one on digital citizenship. So you can see here, you can have multiple links, resources, assignments below each topic. And you can also rearrange these if you wanted to. So I can move this one up or down if I prefer to. And right from here, from the create button, you'll notice we have assignment, question, or reuse post, which is super useful. So anything you posted in old classrooms, you can reuse here. It'll bring all your text, and new copies of the assignment, or you can simply create your topics. You can also create your topics while you're creating assignments too. So I'm just going to go in and create a new assignment. And you'll notice up here saying which class, and again, just like before, you can choose multiple classes. So if I teach 7-1, 7-2, and I'm having the same assignment, I can go in here and choose what other classes I want these to be assigned in. Likewise, I can, if I'm only choosing one class, and I'll just go and deselect this one, I can then choose, do I want all the students, or do I want to just assign this to one student or a small group? I'm going to go back to all students here. I'm just going to add my title, we'll call it Gmail. And I'm going to decide if I want it to be graded, a due date, and over here under topic, I can either create a topic or my existing topics show up and I could add it to one of those. So I'm just going to create a topic and I'm going to call this one Gmail. And then if I want, likewise, just like before, I can attach any resources that I want to it. So if I just want to go to my Google Drive and I just want to say filter in Gmail, search for the resource that you're looking for, and I'll say add. Likewise too, you can have students can view, edit, make a copy for each. So in this case, I'll just make a copy for each. And then I'm going to simply click assign. So then you'll notice now that we'll have another topic in here that I could add multiple assignments to. You can see here from this area, the little 3 dots, I can move this up, down, I can delete it, I can copy the link to it if I need to or rename it, and anytime in here as well I can edit or delete it. So that's the classwork page. Those assignments that you post will still show up in the stream. So that's just like a little bit of a notification to show students that something new was added. But a lot of times you're going to want to guide them to the classwork. So here you may want to be numbering your topics like chapter 1 or unit 1, unit 2. And then I also want to just show you quickly the student view. So I'm just going to go up and change views and go into a student in this classroom. So the student view, and I'll just come back to the home page here. So the student view, obviously they have the stream. You can see the new assignment just posted. They have classwork, so just like what we had here, exactly the same. They can open up any of these assignments. And they also have the People tab, which just shows the teachers and classmates. So I'm just going to go into the classwork one, and I'm going to open up an assignment here under Digital Citizenship. So this again is the student view. I'm going to view the assignment. And again, here, we'll see this one had an attachment with it. So I'm just going to open it up. I'm going to pretend I'm the student, and, we could fill in certain ones. They still will have that turn in button as soon as mine loads. So let's say that they're finished this and they're ready to turn it in. They'll simply turn it in, same as before, and turn it in. So now, couple of the changes that we have on the teacher side is in the marking. So over here, I'm going to go up. I'm just going to click on the assignment. So I'm back in the teacher view. And so it tells me one's turned in, one's assigned. So that's very similar to before. Just going to click on that so I can see the turned in one. Now, if I want to mark that one here, I'm just going to open it up. And you'll notice that we have a couple of different things that we had before. So we first of all have the document like we had before. When I'm over on this side, I have a little panel where I can add the grade if it is a graded one. I can also add a private comment as I mark this. But a really interesting feature that we can do is add a comment bank. So comments that you use very regularly. So I'm just going to click in here and I'm going to add a comment. You wrote complete sentences, okay, or whatever the comment would be. And I'll just add that to my sentence bank. So now what I can do from the three dots is I can click copy to clipboard, and it's just copied to the computer's memory. And then I can say, okay, well, wherever I want to put this comment, I'll just highlight it. I'll use the comment feature and paste it, or I could paste it right onto the document. But those comments will stay there regardless of the assignment in that classroom so that you can access those at any time. And then, like I said, I want to go back, I can add my grade here if I'm grading it, and I can add a comment if needed, and then I can return it to the student. So I'm just going to exit this document. And the last thing I want to show you about the new Google Classroom is I can copy any of the newly created classrooms, but I'm not able to copy any ones that were created from last year or the previous years. So I'm just going to go to the classes home page, and I did that just by going to the three lines and click on the home. Now you can see here, test class, I have move, edit, or copy. But a classroom from last year, such as this one, I just have move, edit, archive, or leave. So I'm not able to copy it. Where copying would be really useful is if I do teach multiple sections of the same class and I want to use that class work page. So I might set up all of my units of work in a class work page, and then I might copy that classroom. So I can go here and I can say copy. It'll ask me what I want to call it. So maybe I want to just say new features 7-2. And I can put in the other information here if I need to, and I'll just simply click on copy. So those are a few of the new features of Google Classroom. The other feature that they're expecting to come out with in the next short term is the ability to add that class work page to existing classrooms, but that might be not until the winter or even the new year. And also the ability to use a Google form in a locked browser so that if children were taking an assessment, they wouldn't be able to leave that page.